Hi, I'm John Bring. I am a writer and an illustrator on Penguins vs. Possums.
Hi, my name is Sebastian Kadlecik, and I am the creator, one of the writers, one of the illustrators on Penguins vs. Possums.
Hello, my name is Lindsay Calhoon Bring, and I am a writer on Penguins vs. Possums.
So the idea for Penguins vs. Possums actually came from when I was in college. I had a class called Art in the Digital Age, and we had to create a website for our final. And anything creative, and only things that were creative in school, I went above and beyond on, and just started spinning mythology, kind of getting lost in Mountain Dew and the computer lab, and adding in just a bunch of stuff that I love, like Star Wars. Originally, the Penguins were like the Empire, and the Possums were like the Rebellion. Indiana Jones, big mythological battles, the end of the world, Armageddon. Kind of just throwing all those things in, secrets that have been hidden under the surface. Just entertaining myself, and then after that, the project went over well. Thank you. And after that, it went dormant for a while. I had a really fun time doing it, but it was really just this project that I did. And I always kept it in my mind, and I would do drawings. I even did some t-shirts at a certain point, and so it was always sort of percolating back there. But in large part, I wasn't doing much with it. And then I had been working on a TV show where I met this fellow, and we both sat in the bullpen. And a mutual friend of ours had said we would like each other, and we were both like, and then
No way, man.
Yeah,
He's gonna suck.
People are horrible. And then we ended up sitting right next to each other in the bullpen and found out that we both love to draw. And I'll hand it over to him.
Sure, and then soon enough we were doing a post-it note battle that I had a giant whiteboard behind me. We were putting post-it notes on the battle, basically like artistic improv, where we'd go back and forth. We wouldn't know what the other was going to do, and it was literally a story of myself and Sebastian trying to murder each other. Right. And it became kind of a big hit around the office. People would come from stage to look at the battle and see where it had gone. But soon enough, in our trading off art, Sebastian had mentioned to me Penguins vs. Possums, and he had shown me the site. And as a funny in-joke to him, in our epic battle against each other, I inserted one of his penguins with the spiky hair, with the sunglasses, as just an in-joke for our post-it battle. And that sort of developed. I just really enjoyed drawing the penguin. I think I've always kind of liked drawing penguins anyway. But I enjoyed drawing the penguin, and I said, let's do a similar thing, a post-it note improv thing, but call it Penguins vs. Possums. And soon enough we were doing that, and we were basically off to the races. That was our like web comic, even though I don't know if that ever actually made it to the internet. But soon we decided to take that idea and turn it into an actual comic book, something that we had both aspired to do since our youth. So we were off to the races on that. We jumped into it. We had a deadline because we knew we were going to be doing a convention. We had a table with nothing to sell, so we had a hard deadline, and that's when Lindsay came in.
Yes, I'd always been a writer. These guys had worked on their issue 1, and I sort of came in and helped these guys sort of raise the funds to get the issue made, and set up the table and worked the table with them. And the three of us had always had a lot of fun together, but we had just an especially great time working at that first convention. It was so much fun, and like seeing sort of the interaction and meeting fans. And then I feel like we bounced around a lot of stories at that time too for where it could go, and sort of came in at the time as like a structure person of, hey, each character needs their story arc, and where's this going, and how many issues. So I kind of attached.
Don't throw everything at the wall and see what sticks.
It needs an ending. So I sort of attached myself to these guys, and the three of us started collaborating from there, moving forward to the full run of the comic. What I find special about this is that this was something super silly and ridiculous, but we really take it seriously. So even though the concept is penguins and possums fighting each other, it really has a lot of heart, and it's at its heart, I think, a character drama.
I think that if you judge a book by its cover, you're gonna think this is one thing. And what's special about Penguins versus Possums is once you actually dive in and start reading, it's, you know, piggybacking on what you said, it's completely different from what you'd expect from something that sounds as silly as Penguins versus Possums does sound.
I think what also makes it special is that the three of us are such good friends, and we had so much fun writing it. And I hope that our love for it is shown in all those pages. Like, we really put a lot of work into it. We had a blast writing it. We laughed more than we wrote, probably. And I think that shows up in the pages, just our love for it and our dedication to telling a full, complete, good story.
Penguins versus Possums literally has something for everybody. There's action and adventure. There's humor. There's kooky characters, but there's also a lot of Shakespearean drama. There's a lot of like pathos behind the characters. I feel like I've said it before, but it's something that you could dismiss based on the name. But when you jump into that, I really feel like anybody who reads that story is going to find something that they enjoy, something to entertain them, something to even love. And so I think it's that ultimate little, you know, sneaky surprise of a book.
Shout out to Kenneth, #1 fan.
Number one fan, Kenneth!
Hockey shooter!